Things people believe that just aren't true. People, not us of course, but people, believe lots of dumb things. Some of these myths are very widely held in the community. Some are more serious and consequential than others. Today, let's just take a quick look at 5 of them. The first of these is the idea that we use only 10% of our brains. In the 1890s, psychologists William James and Boris Sidis, while studying a child prodigy, told their audiences in lectures that people only meet a fraction of their mental potential. What William James actually said in a 1907 lecture was this: "Most of us feel as if we live habitually with a sort of cloud weighing on us, below our highest notch of clearness in discernment, sureness in reasoning, or firmness in deciding. Compared with what we ought to be, we're only half awake. Our fires are damped, our drafts are checked. We are making use of only a small part of our possible mental and physical resources." He didn't claim that we were using only a small percentage of our brain. I don't think they even had the capacity to measure that back then anyway, did they? Now, in the 1920s, the self-help movement morphed this into the idea that we use only 10% of our brain, of course, offering all sorts of ways in which we might expand this. The argument goes, if you can increase this, you'll end up with some kind of superpower, I guess. And people like that idea, so it caught on. Probably most people still believe it even today. It's not true. It never was true. We use pretty much our entire brain all of the time, although some parts become more active during certain activities. In fact, if your whole brain lights up like a Christmas tree, you're probably having an epileptic seizure. The second popular myth is schizophrenia is split personality. This one used to particularly annoy me when I was working in a psychiatric hospital. Now, the word schizophrenia is from the Greek meaning split mind, so I guess this is where the confusion arises. Yeah, sure, because we all know how fluent the general populace is in ancient Greek, right? Schizophrenia is a disorder that impairs perception, cognition, and behaviour. The person may become cut off from reality. They may hold certain delusional beliefs. They may experience hallucinations. They may have trouble thinking clearly. This has nothing to do with split personality as popularly understood. What comes closer to this is dissociative identity disorder, sometimes called, perhaps unhelpfully, multiple personality disorder. It's a severe form of dissociation, often caused by childhood trauma, in which the personality often becomes compartmentalized into different alters, each with its own personal history, traits, likes and dislikes. This was depicted in the 1957 movie The Three Faces of Eve, for which Joanne Woodward won the Academy Award. A 2019 British study of 20 students aged 18 to 22 with various religious and ethnic backgrounds found that 9 of the 20 believed schizophrenia caused people to have split or multiple personalities. Please don't perpetuate this myth. The third one is this: you have to wait 24 hours before reporting a person missing. Well, according to the Queensland Police, you do not have to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. If you fear for someone's safety and welfare and their whereabouts is unknown, you can file a missing persons report at your local police station. Find your local station. The first 24 hours following a person's disappearance are crucial. The sooner we can follow up leads, such as CCTV footage, the more likely the person will be found safe and well. It's not true in Australia, it's not true in the UK, it's not true in the USA. Everyone agrees, in fact, that the first 24 hours are critical. So why do people believe this myth? Well, Criminal Minds, Law and Order, CSI, these TV shows are always perpetuating this myth. Why? I have no idea. But I imagine this misinformation can be very, very dangerous. Just stop. On a slightly lighter note, the fourth myth is this: if your phone gets dunked, put it in rice. I guess this is a fairly modern myth since we really haven't had mobile phones for that long. Only don't do it. Apple recommends that you don't do it. First of all, it doesn't work. Secondly, you can cause more harm than good because small particles of rice can get stuck in awkward places. And don't use an external source of heat either, like a hairdryer. Instead, shake out the excess water and just leave it to dry. Possibly use silica gel packets. Forget about the rice. And number 5, lightning never strikes twice in the same place. This is one of the stupidest popular beliefs, and pretty damn dangerous if you take it seriously. Lightning strikes in a particular place for a reason. Lightning follows the path of least resistance. So if A was the path of least resistance a few seconds ago, it probably still is now. In fact, it's the norm for lightning to strike repeatedly in the same place. Why do you think tall buildings like the Empire State Building have massive lightning rods on top of them? They're saying to the lightning, strike here, baby. Oh yes, again, again. So, how did this belief ever arise in the first place? I have no bloody idea. Look, I'm sure there are many more myths out there that people believe, usually without a shred of evidence. Why not leave your favourites in the comments?